So the last session we talked about Jira. So Jira is more of a project management tool, the work management kind of a tool, and Confluence is more like a wiki, the Wikipedia kind of a thing, where you document things and access those. So these Jira and Confluence both are products from Atlassian, a company named Atlassian, and they also have some products like Bitbucket, Bamboo, and many other products. So these 3-4 products are used widely in any software development. So Confluence is wiki, and where it act as a repository for storing the requirements in any designs and anything of that sort. And Jira, we do the work management, and Confluence, Jira are tightly integrated. So you take up a user story in Jira and you can tie it back to a business requirement document in Confluence. So we can always see the interrelationship between Confluence and Jira by looking at either the Confluence page or by looking at the Jira issue. For example, let me take some. From Confluence, you can navigate to Jira by clicking on this little tile in the top left corner. See this particular defect 10419. This is raised in Jira and it's been mentioned in this Confluence page. Can you see this end-to-end shakeout status? And the users. So this is how the integration works. So from looking at the Jira issue, Jira work or Jira defect, you can easily find out where all in Confluence it is being mentioned. That's how the integration works. It's a very tight integration between these two. And this Jira issue can also be linked to a Bitbucket repository. Bitbucket is something that we use to store our code, the source code that is used to build the application and build the interfaces. So that integration is also very seamless. So if you go to a Jira issue, look at this development, a field named development, to create branch, create commit. These things are used to link it to the Bitbucket repository. We are not covering the Bitbucket. I'm just giving a gesture of how these applications are tightly integrated. Go back to Confluence again. So Confluence, the content in Confluence is managed by using different types of spaces. Spaces is nothing but to segregate a set of pages together. We use spaces. Spaces is more like, if you're familiar with content like a SharePoint and all, the SharePoint has got a site kind of a thing, right? Are you familiar with the SharePoint terminologies?
Yes.
Yeah, SharePoint.
Started working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically for Oracle practice, we have a Oracle practice SharePoint site. So that is the parent where we load or where we upload all the items related to or all the documentation and things related to Oracle practice. So space can be referred as a kind of a site terminology in SharePoint. So that's basically a parent kind of a root page, root area where you save all the things related to one particular area. I mean, that makes sense. Like I described in the previous session, for ERPFI, we have a Jira project. So similar to that, for ERPFI, we have a Confluence space. So in this space, we are managing all the documentation related to ERPFI space. If you look at this ERPFI space, um, this is the home page for ERPFI. The overview page lists on what all things are there, and this is all created by the project team. So when you really uh, start with using a space, the space will be having mm, no content in it. So it will just have one root page where it says, okay, this is the root page. And then you start creating content by clicking on this create button. And as you can see, the pages here, the hyperlinks that you can see here, ERPFI pages, ERPFI home. So I was in ERPFI home. I clicked on create. Then one create page window opens, and usually this page gets created under ERPFI home. So if you are, suppose you are under some other page and you click on create, that page get created under that root page uh, where you were in when you clicked on that create page. Okay. And basically, when you're creating a page, you give a page title. Page title will be the uh, header that will be used in the page link. And when you're creating a page, you can use the different templates. Like, there are a lot of templates defined here. DM object template. This is one custom template that we have created, like, data migration object template. So it pre-populates with a list of some tables and some other attributes that you need to fill in. So, and there are different kinds of templates available, like a business requirement template. So this again uh, pops up with some kind of predefined template which we just need to fill in. And you can also really create normal pages, like the normal wiki kind of pages where you give some I don't want to use this template, so delete this page. Let me go back to this page again. Click on create. I give a page title, a test page. Then you can use all the functions similar to how you prepare a Word document. Like, the bullet list are there, numbered list are there. And you can also add links, and you can also refer to other users by using mention. If I mention like Amal, Alex Choji in this page, Amal will receive an email notification saying, okay, you have been mentioned this in this test page. So this basically when we're creating a designs and things, if you want to know opinion, or if you want to receive some feedback from others, you use this at the rate, just like in Facebook, you use this at the rate kind of a thing, right? So um, this can be used for that. And to insert a table into this, use this table option here. And this table, if you want to add more columns, click this plus sign. It's kind of self-explanatory. Once you start using it, you will get to know how this can be used. If you want to add more or highlight some cells with different color, go to that cell and click on this cell and choose a different background color. You want to insert more columns and things, use this insert row. Or columns is really easy, click on this plus sign and you also get this plus sign at the row. This is the easy way to do this, and give some headers and headings. And then if you want to do some linking to some other pages or some other site outside of this Confluence. So you can always link the pages within Confluence using the just type in Control K, or you can use this button, link. Then all the pages within this Confluence site or Jira appears here. You click any of the page that you want to display, or you can always alternately you can paste the link, or if it's an external site, you may not get that. You may not get these recommendations. Instead, you can say like google.com. You give it text. What do you want to display there? So when I publish this page, you access this, it takes you to google.com. Similarly, you can point it to anything using this link options. You can include emojis here, and you can also include tasks. The task which you don't want to create under Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, can hear you.
Did I lose you guys in between?
Yes.
Due to network, it happened.
I think there was some network issue at my end. So I was explaining about the table and how to color table cells and how to add more rows, how to link, all those things you were able to hear. Hello?
Not properly.
Sorry? Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, now I'm good.
Okay. I'll repeat that. So to create a new table, you use this little table icon here. Okay. And for table, there are different options that you can do within a table, like, give different cells different background colors, and uh, make sure that you are adding header for each header for the tables, and then use these plus icons to add and remove columns. Plus icon for adding the columns and adding rows, and then you click on this column, and if you use this X icon, you can remove the columns. And to add any links, use this link icon showing here. Can you see the link icon? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can see the link.
Okay, so this is the link, and then either you can paste the link, or if it's a Confluence page that you want to link within this Confluence page, then you can start typing the title of that other page that you want to link, right? And that link works very seamlessly, and it shows you the title of that page automatically. Even if you are putting the uh, page link in the link, it shows the title. And if you want to link the external systems, you paste the the link, and then what text do you want to display there. That also you can give. That link gets created automatically. And you can, the other options that you can use here are, the emojis are there, and at the rate. You want to mention some other user, and if you want to get some feedback on something, you can mention the user, and when I publish this page, the user gets an email saying, okay, you have been mentioned in this page. So there is a concept of publishing the page. So when you create the page, usually this page will only be visible to you. It will not be visible to anyone else unless you click on this publish button. So if I close this page, it has been saved into my local user profile. It's not been published to the space, and no one else will be able to access this apart from me. So if you come back to home page, then here I can say, okay, I have a test page which is in draft test status. It is not been published. So I can always come back to this page and resume my editing here. So when you start doing some project work, or when you start designing things, you may not add all the content in one go. You may be taking 1 or 2 days to complete a design work. So at that point, you will not publish that page. Instead, you will just save it in your local user profile, and once you are ready with all the content, once you are done with all the things, then you publish that page. That's how the publish and draft statuses works in Confluence. All right. And you can also add action items, like if you're capturing a meeting minutes in a Confluence page, you will capture meeting minutes, and then there will be some action items that needs to be assigned to someone. So if you click on this action item symbol, like the little checkbox, it gives a template where it says, okay, type your action and use @ to assign to someone. So I'll say, okay, then I use @ to assign to someone. So it's saying share the conferencing for sprint tracking. It's assigned to OJs, and then I can also put a due date by when I have to complete this. I'll just use the backslashes, 2 black backslashes, and then say a date. I need to complete this by 31st Tuesday. Once I publish this person whom I have assigned this action item received that email notification saying, okay, this is something that has been assigned to you, and you have to complete this by 31st May. And once he, let me publish this. Once he is done with the action item, he comes in here and then click on this checkbox. Then the person who has created this one, a person who is assigned this task to this person, will receive an email saying, okay, this guy has completed this action item. And there are some other concepts like watching the issue. So by default, if you're creating a page, you will become a watcher of the page. Watcher means for any changes that is going on to this page, the watchers will receive an email notification. So if you want to watch this page, if you want to watch a page that is being created by someone else, and if you want to receive any notifications for any updates that's happening on that page, then you can always come to this page and click on this little watch icon. So now I am watching this. So if I unwatch it, I'll receive a watch symbol here. So I say watch page. If I use watch all content in this page, then I receive email notification for anything that is happening in this page. Like, any updates, any new page creation, for all of those things, I receive that email notification. So, but I may not be needing to watch all the content in this page. I will be needing to watch only the content that is of important to me. So this watch options is used to receive that email notifications for any updates. And you can always go back to your user profile in Confluence and go to the settings and always change what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. So if you go to the user profile, you can see things like watches. So this will list on all the pages that you're watching. And you can stop watching from here or by going to individual pages. But you may not be knowing all the individual pages that you're watching. But if you come to this user profile settings and watches, then you will be able to see all the pages that you're watching here. So I'm watching a lot of pages. So for any update that's happening on these pages, I'll be receiving that email notification. Just going back to the test page again. Then I want to show you some other features of this page. So the Confluence editor has got other capabilities to interact with Jira. So I can use a lot of, this plus sign gives a lot of other options to include different types of macros and different types of, formatting and kinds of things. Like, if I use this info panel, you see it gives a nice view like this. Like, it's not a normal text editor. It just gives highlights everything in blue in the background and gives this icon. And within this info panel, I can use different things like note, success messages, warnings, errors. All of these things can be included in the info panel. That's about info panel. And if I want to use a code snippet, so something like if you want to include some content, a code, a JavaScript or a Java code or maybe a shell script, you can specify that using code snippets and select the languages. And just like how Notepad++ interprets the code and display that things to you, the Confluence also interprets that in the similar way. And once you get access to this Confluence, and you can play around with it and understand how these different macros, we call it macros, different macros works in Confluence. So this is like, this is again a different kind of templates that you use to create the wiki pages. And it also can interact with Jira to fill out some Jira issues, and also to add some Jira charts and things into this Confluence pages. And it can also, some of these things, we use the dividers, we use expand buttons. If you want something to be hidden in this view, like, this page expand. So usually the expander will be used only when we really need to, show the things by expanding the little things. Like, I use the expander here, like, I want to expand the content and show that, by default, I want only the heading to be visible. I don't want to include all the things, when we by default launch the page. So that those cases I will use expander. And there is also a concept of reviewing the pages before you publish it. Like, this This editor view is different than what you really see in the page. So you can always preview the page. There is a thing called preview. You click on these three dots and click on preview, and you see how this actually appears to the end users when they are really seeing the page. You don't really have to publish to preview it. You can always preview the page before you publish it. I'll show you some of the pages that I have created for So this is the SIT test execution summary page, which we have created recently. So this actually is pulling the information from Jira. So as you can see this, I've used different kinds of macros to create these reports. So this pulls this defects count from Jira and shows the pie chart based on the priority. So basically, in the backend, what we are doing is in Jira, we are running a Confluence Jira search by using a filter and use some Confluence macro. This, you can see this pie chart macro we have used. The pie chart macro we are using, and we selecting one of the Jira project or the filter which is configured to pull only these defects and choose some of the statistics type. Priority is the statistics type I used, and it gets and I can choose when it needs to be refreshed with by talking to Jira. So I say every 15 minutes this pie chart should talk to Jira and pull this information and show this information into this Confluence page. So similarly, this is another gadget that I've used. This is the pie chart gadget, and another one is two-dimensional filters gadget. And another one is trick created versus resolve chart. Again, all these things that you can see in this page, they are all created by using the macros which interacts with Jira. So as you can see, high priority open tickets. These are all created in Jira, but Confluence pull this information and show this in this view. So all I have done is I went to, let me go back to my test page and show you how I have done that. I clicked on this one plus sign and said Jira. So it's saying embed Jira issues or filters into your status reports, release notes, requirements. So I can do a blanket search here, like I say project equal to ERPFI and issue. I do a search here, it will show me all the Jira, all the defects under ERPFI project, and I can use the display options to show what all fields that I want to show here and how many issues that I want to show here. And I can also insert some Jira charts, pie chart or created versus resolved or two-dimensional, like the ones that I have shown in the other page. These are all created using this Jira issues macros. Any questions?
No.
And you can also specify, like, when you are creating content in the page, something like heading 1, heading 2. So this works really similar to Word. Heading 1, I choose one kind of a, the size for this heading. Heading, so I say it follow the heading 3 size. And for heading 2 also follow something else, like follow the size of heading 4. you're able to follow what I'm saying, right? So again, you choose one line in the or one kind of a header, and you can define what type of what size you want to go for that, in a heading wise, just like how we define things in a Word document. This can be defined in a conference page. And at the end, if the page has got a lot of content, you can also include a macro to show the page index. So the page index basically is basically for listing out all the pages under one parent page. But within a page, if you want to display the table of contents thing, you can use this macro table of content, and heading intent can be given, so you can see here minimum heading level and maximum heading level. So minimum is the H1 and maximum is H7. So if I give like this heading 1 and heading 2 are falling under 3 and 4, I think. And if I preview this page, I'll be able to see this. I will see like this, heading 1 and heading 2. Make sense?
Yep.
Basically, this works similar to a Word document. How you do edit in Word document, but not all the features of Word is available in this one, but a lot of features are available. I'll give you a link to
Hello. I think his network is
hello.
really.
Hey guys, I'll, I'm sorry, I got a network issue again. I'm facing some issues this morning. I'll share some links with you guys to go through to understand more about Confluence, and then you can go through them and reach out to me for any further sessions or any clarifications.
Sure.
And if you want to play around with the Confluence pages, just make sure um, you're not publishing anything. Have you got access to the Confluence?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you just let me know once you done with the little play things, and then I'll delete it for you guys, because I don't know if you have the delete permission. So if you have the delete permission, by all means delete by yourself. Once you are don't delete any pages created by others. Just delete the pages that you created for your little experience, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll call it a wrap then. I'll let you guys leave, and I'll share that link with you guys. There is also one I'll share two links with you guys. There is some page which list on all the Jira frequently asked questions. You can refer to that as well as this Confluence kind of a user guide. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Just wish you the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.